So for this exercise, we're going to be showing you on how we can use Power Query to import multiple files from a folder. So we have here different Excel workbooks over here. We have Africa, we have America sales numbers, we have Europe sales numbers, and we're going to be importing this and then have just a single table that contains all of the data together in Power Query. Because if we were to do this the old way, it's going to be like a very cumbersome approach, because if we look at the data, so let's go first to Africa, right? So we're going to be copying this one, pasting it to another new worksheet, for example, right? And then we're going to be jumping to the Americas and then copying the data as well, and then pasting it over there. And then we're going to be jumping to the Europe and then copying the data again, right? And then pasting it to the central workbook. It's a cumbersome approach, it's a manual approach, and it's going to be prone to errors as well, right? Power Query solves all of those issues. So what we'll do right now, so we have those 3 files. I'll just create a new workbook, okay? Let's go straight to data. Let's create a new query, and then it's going to be go to from file, and it's going to be from a folder. Okay, so I've already copied the folder path. So this is the folder, right? That has those 3 values. So I pasted the path over here. Let's go OK. And what Power Query will do is it's going to tell us, okay, we have those files over here. So, okay, so that's looking good. Africa, Americas, Europe, and then a couple of extra files that we're going to be removing. So go to edit. So now we have our file list over here. So we don't need this one over here. So let's just go let's do a quick filter, right? So we're pretty sure that we don't want those values. So we could just exclude use does not contain the $sign. So this 3 bottom values will be excluded. Let's go OK. Okay, that's looking good. We only have this 3 remaining. So the next question right now is, where's our data? Where's our sales data that we saw in our spreadsheets? Okay, so to be able to do that, let's go straight to add column. Okay, and then select add custom column. And then maybe what I'll do here is let's just type in the column name of data and then type in Excel.workbook. Okay. And then enclose by the square brackets, okay, and then enclose it by the parentheses as well. So what we're doing here is for the workbooks, right, we're just loading the contents in here and then just go okay, right? Let's use this formula. And now we have the data right over here in the table, and just click this one to expand it even further. So we only need the data column. Just select data, go okay. And then you're going to be expanding it one more time. And this is now the actual data that we have, right? So we just leave it as it is, select all the columns and load it to our Power Query or our query right now. And now you can see here, this is what we're after. This is the actual data that what we're seeing in the spreadsheets over here, right? We have salesperson, order date, sales financial year, and then the Africa value or the sales region value over here. Cool. So that's looking good. So we just want the data, and this one's null. So we can just right click here and then remove it. Okay. And then let's just scroll all the way to the right. And then let's go here, for example, and let's just hold shift, right? Let's start deleting the columns that we don't need. Remove that. Binary, this one, content, we don't need this as well. Right click and select remove. Okay, and now we have Africa, salesperson, order date. And before we do that, let's remove this as well. And now we want to populate all of the values over here, right? That we have our sales region populated, all of this below. So what we can do here is just go to home. Let's look for the field. There you go. Inside the transform tab, select field, make sure this column is selected, and then select fill down. And just like that, all of the values are populated. Okay. And next step is we want to use the salesperson order date, right? So just go for use first row as headers. Okay, so just select that, and the first row now becomes your column headers. So as a result as well, the first Africa got included. So just double click on it and change it to sales region. Okay, now we still have some dirty data over here. We have salesperson right over here. So let's just select order date over here and do a quick filter to exclude our order dates. Okay, I think it's looking good at the moment. So just make sure that we have the correct data types. This one is not the correct data type. This is a date. Just make sure to change it and select the date. Same thing as well for the numbers, right? So make it a currency because it's the sales. And then for example, over here, this one as well for the year, change it to a whole number. Okay. Now this one as well, just make sure it's text. And then this one as well, just make sure as text. Cool. Now it's looking good. We have everything in one place. And imagine it's just a couple of steps that we did. No manual copy pasting. So imagine if you have 100 files inside that folder, then you can perform the same steps that I did right now and have everything load inside your table over here. And once we're happy, go to home, select close and load, and we're good to go.